and gentlemen, distinguished guests, welcome to the U.S. premiere of The Founders of New China, a historical documentary looking back at the past 100 years of China. My name is Nella Kwan, and I am a host at Washington Chinese TV station.
尊敬的女士们、先生们，各位嘉宾，各位电视台观众朋友们，大家好！在这阳光明媚的夏至，我在这里向你们致以亲切的问候。每个人都必须正视历史，才是真正的公平。我主创的这部历史纪录片《新中国缔造者》，是基于很多美国朋友没有去过中国，也不了解中国。我希望通过这部片，让更多的人了解中国，了解中国人。中国有56个民族，是一个多民族的国家。中国人受5000年的文化影响，是一个爱好和平的民族，也是学习力很强的民族。有14亿多人口，近100年以来发生了历史上前所未有的巨大变化。我由衷的希望观众朋友看后有所收获。我们都是人类命运共同体的一员，我也希望不分种族，相互学习，共同进步，共同富裕，共同完成世界和平伟大的使命。大型历史纪录片《新中国缔造者》共有4集，第1集《今日中国》，第2集《100年变迁》，第3集《100年华人》，第4集《100年崛起》。主创这部历史纪录片，其目的就是搭建民间的文化、旅游、经贸的桥梁，也诚恳的希望引起美中官方的重视。美中2个大国的领导都能引领人民过上国泰民安的日子。谢谢大家。
华盛顿中文电视台的观众们、侨胞们、朋友们，大家好！在中国共产党即将迎来100年华诞的历史时刻，我很荣幸与大家共同见证纪录片《新中国缔造者》在美首播。这部纪录片从人民大众的视角，展现了建党100年来中国共产党团结带领中国人民取得伟大历史性成就，为美国乃至世界人民进一步了解中国和中国共产党打开了一扇新的窗口。我仅代表中国驻旧金山总领馆对纪录片主创团队表示由衷的祝贺，也向所有关心和支持这部作品的各界朋友表示衷心的感谢。中国共产党自诞生之日起，就把为人民谋幸福、为民族谋复兴、为世界谋大同作为奋斗目标。在中国共产党领导下，中国人民完成新民主主义革命，建立新中国，确立了社会主义基本制度。在此基础上，中国开启了改革开放的伟大历史征程，开辟了中国特色社会主义道路。在以习近平同志为核心的党中央领导下，中国特色社会主义进入了新时代，中国的发展取得了一系列新的历史性成就。从脱贫攻坚战赢得全面胜利，到抗击新冠疫情斗争取得重大战略成果，从全面建成小康社会，实现第1个100年奋斗目标，到开启全面建设社会主义现代化国家新征程，没有中国共产党的领导，中国和中华民族就不可能取得今天的成就，也不可能拥有今天的国际地位。正确认识和看待中国共产党，是全面了解和正确认识中国的关键。新中国缔造者这部纪录片有助于大家更好地领略中国共产党走过的100年峥嵘岁月，从这段历史中 收获更多的感悟和启迪。人民是历史的缔造者，也是中美两国关系的基石。我们不会忘记，是斯诺、斯特朗、史莫特莱等美国友人把中国共产党的革命事业介绍给世界，是小球转动大球的乒乓外交拉开了两国关系正常化的序幕。中美关系能有今天的历史性发展，离不开两国民众的理解、支持和参与。如今，中美关系再一次处在重要的历史关口，面临前所未有的考验和挑战。但正如乔治·华盛顿总统所说，真正的友谊就像一株缓慢成长的植物，需历经逆境冲击，方彰显其美名。在当前情况下，深化两国人民的相互理解与友谊，对构建不冲突、不对抗、相互尊重、合作共赢的中美关系具有重要意义。这也离不开文化和传媒等各界朋友们的共同努力。新中国缔造者这部作品的问世，正是一次及时有益的尝试和探索。最后，让我们共同预祝纪录片《新中国缔造者》在美展播成功，并期待未来中美文化交流领域涌现出更多佳作。谢谢大家。
The historical documentary, The Founders of New China, by Washington Chinese TV station, was created to let more people know about China, increase friendship among different nations, and promote the development of economic and cultural tourism. He is King County Executive, Mr. Zhao Constantine. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
I'm so pleased to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I've heard you haven't been to China yet, but do you have any plans to be in China anytime soon?
Well, first off, not entirely true. I was able to travel to China with a delegation from the Washington State Arts Commission in the early 2000s. Fascinating trip. We went to Beijing, Nanjing, and Shanghai. And then, more recently, went to China for a climate conference during the Obama administration, where I had the opportunity to appear with Secretary of State John Kerry.
Very cool, very cool. Well, any memorable experiences or spots that you noticed?
China is obviously vast, complex, and fascinating. And one of the interesting sidelights was I got to go to the Purple Mountain in Nanjing, and we went nearly at sunset. And we thought we were going to be very smart and take the back way down from the mountain on the trail to the woods. But as we descended, it got darker and darker until we were completely lost in the middle of China and had to flag down some very friendly folks on the road to help us get back to where we belong.
Gotcha. Well, as we go through this 2020 going here, what do you think do you see in the future for China?
Well, China obviously is a remarkable place and at the center of everything that's happening in the world today. And the relationship between China and the United States is going to be so critical to everything that unfolds in the 21st century. So I'm very excited about our ability to build on the remarkable Chinese American community that we have here in our region, to strengthen our ties, to strengthen the cultural relationships, to strengthen the understanding and the economic opportunities we have, and ultimately to create a world in which we can all be confident that we have a shared future, whether we're battling climate or battling for the opportunity for every person to be able to have economic security.
And then last question for you. Any core values or any customs or traditions that you've noticed from those that you've met in the community that are of Chinese heritage?
Well, that is an interesting question because, of course, America is remarkable in its diversity and the people coming from all around the world. But although it may be stereotypical, the fact that my Chinese American friends have worked so hard here and built so many successful businesses and are doing so well at Washington State and the United States of the 21st century. And it is my sincerest hope that we're going to be able to continue to build a relationship with China that will allow us to be successful here in this still new century and millennium.
Great. Well, I'm excited to see all the changes that will come. And any last words of congratulations for this documentary?
Well, I'm very excited to congratulate the founders of the New China. This is a really exciting opportunity, this documentary, to tell the story. And I think it's going to be eye-opening for a lot of people. I think it's going to be the kind of opportunity we have to really tell the true story of what is going on with China and with people who come from China to enrich the United States over the course of now centuries.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we're really excited to see you in China soon.
I'll be there soon.
Alrighty. Thank you so much. My name is Nella Kwan, and I am a host at Washington Chinese TV station. And today we are here at a press conference for the historical documentary, New Founders of China. Sorry. Are you still okay?
No pressure.
Sorry. One more time.
Henry, you can go ahead and go upstairs. They got your table ready.
Second floor. Yes, please. Are you ready? This is Nella Kwan from Washington Chinese TV station, and today is the press conference for the founders of New China, a historical document that will go through the past 100 years of China. And with me today, I have the honor of having the Mayor of Burien, Mr. Jimmy Mata. How are you, Mr. Jimmy Mata?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much. Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you all because of this documentary that you're going to be presenting to the whole world, right?
Yes.
Because now with media, we can go all over the world, so it's great. I'm so excited to be here.
Excellent. Well, a little birdie has told me that you yourself have been to China before. What was your experience like?
I have. You know, when I was in China, it was interesting because obviously when I learned about China, I learned it through the American school system. And so I felt that when I was going to go to China, that I was going to see more poverty. But while I was there, it was incredible. Great infrastructure for freeways, the rapid bullet train, transportation, solar power at homes, what I call in Spanish campesino, because I'm a farm worker. There I've seen housing for individuals in the field. So to me it was like, wow. I know that right now they're talking about how to continue to flourish in the economy. And to me it's a very important country to make sure that the United States of America has a good relationship. Yeah.
Any other memorable things that you remember from your trip?
The food.
Excellent.
Great food. Like, if I was going to be a vegetarian, I'd like to be a vegetarian in China. It was so good. On top of that, people, just the love, it was just incredible. It's interesting because it's the first time that I go to a country where I don't speak one of the languages. I speak Spanish, I speak English, and there, it was interesting to me how immigrants in this country, in the United States, come without knowing the language or culture, and it's a scary thing, right? But to me, that's who I respect and understand what it is to not only pass the ocean or the border between Mexico and the United States, but to come to a country and basically learn a language. It was just an incredible deal, just an incredible experience.
Ooh, well, I'm hoping that you're going to go back again soon.
Well, definitely, I'm hoping that first of all that the coronavirus kind of settles down and that we have a safe world because we're all in this together worldwide. I also would like to see how we can make sure that the relationship between China and the United States, that it starts tempering at a place where we're not in a trade war and that we have a working relationship. I think two economies in the world have the responsibility to help eradicate poverty, to help other countries be successful. And so it's the moral responsibility of the United States and China to make sure that they become the world leaders and that, I know money is important, but more important are the people and our children of the future. And we want to make sure we take care of our planet, that we're conscious about the pollution that we're causing, and that consumers become educated on, yes, consume, but let's take care of our Mother Earth.
Absolutely.
Other than that, I'm ready to go back to China, go have some food, and hopefully, when I get there, I get to see people that I met there while I was there. I was treated very well and just love the family orientation.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we're excited for you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias. Congratulations. This documentary is going to be great. I can't wait to see it. We're going to have to translate it into Spanish so we can have the Spanish speakers also understand it. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Here I have with me Mr. Steve Herjak, and he's part of the Seattle Police Department, and we are so honored to have you here with us today. Thank you so much, and as we're celebrating the historical documentary, The Founders of New China, I'd like to ask you, have you been to China?
No, I haven't been to China. I would love to visit China. I've seen so many wonderful photos that look so beautiful.
Excellent. And if you, let's say you were to go to China soon, pandemic side, what do you think are some places or spots that you'd like to see?
Well, obviously, I'd like to see some of the cities. I'd love to visit the Forbidden City.
There's so many.
And, obviously the Great Wall, the normal things that the tourists want to see. But I believe some of the southern coastal provinces have these neat rocky outcroppings that come up out of the water and stuff that I've seen these great pictures of that just look so neat, the type of geology you don't see in the United States. I'd love to see how it looks. So.
Excellent. And then do you think there's anything unique about China that makes you kind of curious as to what's going on? And
well, as a lifelong American, one of the biggest things has got to be that there's so much history. I mean, the culture of China goes back thousands and thousands of years. We're just a couple hundred years old here, and, people joke that we have American history, and, it's hard to remember American history. Imagine taking a history class in China, right? I mean, there was so much. And, the Middle East is frequently in Western countries referred to as the cradle of civilization, but if you go back and you look at a lot of civilization and the development of civilization, it comes from China. I mean, a lot of everything that we think of in the last 4,000 years, has its foundations and things that come from China, with combustion and just different technologies and stuff that has come over the last 4,000 years.
very true. And now that we, know that there is so much that we've had, but what do you see for the future of China? The next maybe 5, 10, 20 years?
I'd really like to see us get past the bumps we've had in the last 5 years between Chinese-American relationships. I don't think people really have a full understanding of how intertwined our economies are here. And, Chinese Americans have such a bumpy history here over the last 150 years in the United States. It would be neat to see that more normalized and smoothed out. I still feel, as growing up Asian in America, I still feel a lot of separation from a lot of American society, and I'd like to see better integration in the next 5 to 10 years.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and we're really excited to have you also watch the historical documentary, The Founders of New China.
Yeah, I can't wait. Good luck with the documentary. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm very excited to hear about this stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. This is Nella Kwan from Washington Chinese TV station, and today I have the greatest of honor to have Miss Carmen Best with me today, and we just want to ask you a little bit about China. So, Miss Best, have you been to China?
I have not been, but it is on my plans to go to China. Actually, when COVID hit, I wasn't able to travel like I wanted to, but definitely China is on my list of places to go. We have great partnership, especially here in Washington. We have so many connections to China, so much trade, so much exchange. So I'm really looking forward to having the opportunity to go there, get the culture, meet people, and really share, our culture here from Washington with the people in China.
Yeah, any specific sites or places that you'd like to see?
Well, from what I've heard, everything is exciting. I know they have great big cities, large populations, great food, and I really am looking forward to just experiencing the culture all the way around.
Excellent. And then one last tricky question for you. From all of the Chinese community that you've been able to work with and help and really assist with us, any particular, traditions or unique things that you've noticed about the Chinese culture?
Well, so many wonderful things. One is that the culture is incredibly patriotic. that when we have events, they are very respectful, both of the U.S. culture and their own culture. That on the Chinese New Year we get the little coins with it, and so many unique and wonderful things I've learned. And there's a real tradition of family and togetherness. That the closeness in that community is really incredible and amazing. So I've learned a lot, and I plan to learn a lot more, and I'm very, very excited. And when I do go, hopefully you interview me again so we can talk about that experience.
Absolutely, and you'll let me be your tour guide when we go?
Absolutely.
All right, sounds good. Well,
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is Miss Carmen Best.
Thank you.
He's a strong advocate for all things good in Seattle, and we're really excited to have him here with us, Mr. James Donaldson. Very good to see you. Now, I've heard that you've been to China quite a few times.
Wow, over the last 10 years, probably 2 or 3 times a year.
Okay. Well, can you tell us a little bit about your experiences and what are some things that are super memorable to you?
Well, one of the reasons I started going to China was because I wanted to find basketball opportunities for retired NBA players. I know China is crazy about basketball, especially NBA, and I wanted to take NBA players there to do basketball training for the children. But in doing that, I got involved with the education programs and study abroad programs for the Chinese students. So now I go and I prepare the students and I talk to the kids about life in America, studying in America, and then we help them come to America to go to high school and junior college and major universities all over America.
Any specific places in China that you remember vividly and you're like, I want to go there again, or any places that you haven't been to in China?
I think my favorite city is probably in Chengdu.
Okay.
Not only for the Sichuan food, which is very, very spicy, but the pandas. The panda reserve and hundreds of pandas were so beautiful and adorable. And it's just a right-sized city, not too big, not too small. Chengdu is very traditional China, and that's where I love it.
And then anything unique that you've seen in China that you just haven't seen here in the United States?
Of course, the Great Wall. They have a real Great Wall in China. And I've been to it 2 or 3 times. I've seen it. It's just magnificent. And, there's just so much in China. You can't possibly take it all in. But I've been to 20 or 30 different cities, traveling all over the mainland, and really had a chance to experience the Chinese culture.
And from meeting all these people from all these different cities, what do you think are some core values or some more so traditions or cultures that you've noticed?
I love the work ethic. I love the fact that Chinese are so ambitious, so entrepreneurial. They push themselves. They're not the victims. And they all have this little mantra in their head that says, we're going to be number one. We're going to catch America and be number one. And I believe that's true. I believe it's true.
Well, thank you so much for giving us that much encouragement. And then, any last words for our listeners?
Well, congratulations on the founders of our new China, celebrating the last 100 years. Fantastic what they're doing in China. And I just pray that everybody can come together, continue working together to make this world a better place.
Oh, you're the best. Well, thank you so much, Mr. James Donaldson.
Thank you.
From the Jihao Oakton Family Association with me today. 你好，好。咁咧，我哋今日咧就係想問一問你，你覺得對中國嘅100年來嘅發展有啲咩感想咧？
中國近呢100年嚟咧，係從一窮二白、東亞病夫咁嘅環境底下，創一代咁又一代咁繼承咗我哋嘅祖先，發展一個又一個輝煌嘅成就。至到而家咧，成為我哋世界一流嘅強國。所以咧，我哋一定要珍惜我哋呢個一 一個歷史嗰個經驗。
係嘅。咁如果咁咧，就你覺得中國未來嘅發展又有啲咩睇法咧？
未來咧，我喺中國在將來，而家先發展特別咧，而家呢個高科技啊嘅。特別就近幾年嚟咧，我哋就
首先恭喜我哋呢個大型嘅紀錄片喺美國首映，係中國嘅締造者，祝賀佢呢個首映成功。咁我哋中國響100年前咧，都係一個受好弱嘅國家，八國聯軍好少嘅人就可以任人魚肉去欺騙我哋，即係侵略我哋國家。響100年以嚟，響中共產黨嘅領導下，我哋新中國1949年成立到而家咧，我哋都冇俾人欺負過，而且係響海外嘅華僑亦都係揚眉吐氣。咁所以只要中國係強大嘅，我哋海外嘅華僑亦都感覺到好自豪，亦都會強大。但係面臨住呢100年喺我哋中國崛起，亦都係受到美國有一啲部分人嗰個偏見，認為阻住我哋中國崛起，其實呢個係冇相關嘅事。我哋仍然係希望中美關係係一直係好下去。我哋海外嘅華僑一定要做好中國同美國海外友好嘅橋梁，同埋做好我哋貿易嘅橋梁，令到我哋都係希望中美兩個國家嘅人民一直友好團結，大家友好下去，呢個係我哋作為傳媒一個多謝。
咁你覺得即係話將來我哋即係未來嘅發展，你覺得中國會去到邊度咧？
未來嘅發展咧，我哋中國我所睇到係中國從來冇侵略過任何一個國家，中國亦都唔想係要做一個世界嘅所謂嘅而家嘅傳媒講嘅老大。中國一直只係做好自己，做好我哋中國人民嘅幸福生活，脫貧嘅生活，咁樣同美國係冇關嘅，同海外嘅即係嗰個影響唔到海外嗰個政策嘅。咁希望美國嘅友好人士亦都係同我哋華人一道共同努力，為我哋中美嘅友好，大家一齊去努力。
好嘅，thank you so much。
加油！
加油！
加油！